Good evening, guys. I hope you're doing fantastic today. So, we are going to be talking about what is taking place. We've got major hurricane Humberto and tropical storm Imelda. So, previously known potential tropical cyclone 9 is now Imelda as anticipated today. So, it is currently bringing tropical storm conditions to portions of the Bahamas. And there's a greater chance that the system will actually miss the US by quite some distance. So, we're going to be talking about it. So, let's go. All right, here we go. We are returning to the infrared weather satellite. There we can see Humberto. Now, it did make it to Category 5 hurricane status, but it has been weakening since. However, the hurricane is slowly increasing in size. As we can see over the last couple of frames, it looks like it's just spreading out. So it's going to be increasing in size, and that's going to be helping it to generate those dangerous marine conditions out there, especially offshore the eastern U.S. And then there we can see all of that convection associated with Imelda. So zooming into the Caribbean here, we can see that there is still some moisture in the northern islands, Cuba, and within parts of Hispaniola, and even near Jamaica, although much of that is offshore. So the main system is located just within this region. We can see that huge burst of convection this evening. So a lot of strong thunderstorms and heavy rain, likely some flood triggering rain. So if you're in the Bahamas right now, it's pretty likely you're experiencing some of those dangerous conditions, especially the central going to the northern Bahamas. So let me know what the weather is like for you, and please stay safe. Elsewhere today, we can see towards parts of Central America a bit of thunderstorm activity popping up. Aside from that, maybe some scattered showers across the Lesser Antilles and a few spots in Jamaica, but there hasn't been any major activity in those areas today. And then Humberto currently is not a direct threat for anyone, but it's such a healthy looking hurricane. It's looking quite symmetrical on satellite. It has a very impressive presentation. So let's go on to the cone forecast, starting off with Humberto here. So we can see that it currently has maximum sustained winds up to 145 miles per hour. So since it was a Cat 5 yesterday in the evening, it has slowly been weakening, and it is expected to remain a major hurricane through Tuesday, and it will likely miss Bermuda to the west, but that's for the center of it. It's not likely to make landfall, but again, the hurricane is growing in size, so those tropical storm conditions will be possible on the island Tuesday, and Imelda could make an even closer approach. So as we look at the cone forecast for Imelda here, we can see those blue highlights indicating that tropical storm warning. Those conditions, as I mentioned, are going on for the central and northern Bahamas. And earlier, we saw the forecast where it was expected to possibly move into the southeastern states, or where it would be close enough to unleash some dangerous impacts. And it's pretty good. It's some great news that we're seeing that there is a decreased chance of that here based on the shifts we're seeing in the forecast cone. As I mentioned, though, down the road, the system could be very close to the island of Bermuda as a hurricane. So it is going to be strengthened. It's likely to strengthen a bit. By Tuesday, we could see it attain hurricane status, but it's not likely to become a major hurricane as what we're seeing with Humberto. And due to the close proximity of Humberto, that's going to be one of the main influences of Imelda's track. So this happens sometimes when these tropical cyclones are in close proximity to each other. So looking at the rain forecast, though, between now and Wednesday, we can see what is expected. These colorful shadings are here. Much of those more vibrant shadings are offshore, which is some good news. But nonetheless, those flooding rains will still be possible, especially for some of the northern islands of the Bahamas. Abaco Island, Grand Bahama, even parts of Andros Island. In the north especially may experience some heavy rain. Rainfall amounts probably going up to 4 inches, possibly a bit higher in a couple of spots. And then even though the system is likely to remain offshore, the outer bands could actually bring some periods of rainfall to coastal Georgia through North Carolina. So definitely watching for that as well, guys. So that's what we have going on. Imelda has formed and is likely to become the next hurricane of the 2025 season. Looking at this graphic here depicting our surface features, so we've got 2 tropical waves right now in the North Atlantic Basin, one in the West Caribbean, another in the Central Tropical Atlantic. So that's going to continue propagating generally to the west. And aside from Humberto and Imelda, there's nothing else being watched right now for development. But I will continue to keep you guys posted as necessary. So that's what I wanted to share with you in this evening's update. And again, if you're being impacted by IMELDA, please stay safe and do not take any unnecessary risks. The good thing is going to be moving out of the vicinity of the Bahamas early in this week, actually. So that's it for today, guys. I do hope you found this brief update to be informative. However, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments. I will get to you when I get the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.